It was a quiet Sunday morning in Lakewood Estates when Ethan Parker stepped outside to grab his newspaper. The cool breeze carried a sense of calm, until the sharp screech of Karen's voice shattered the silence. "There you are!" she shrieked, pointing at the black Jeep parked in his driveway. "You think you can break the HOA rules with that ugly thing? Not on my watch!" Ethan blinked, confused. That wasn't his car. He'd never even owned a Jeep. But before he could explain, Karen stormed closer, phone in hand, already recording. Neighbors peeked out of their windows, whispering. What Karen didn't know was that the Jeep didn't belong to Ethan at all. It belonged to the Federal Investigations Unit, and they had parked it there for a reason that could change Ethan's life forever. Ethan raised his hands, trying to keep his voice calm. "Karen, listen. It's not my Jeep," he explained. "Someone from the government parked it here last night." Karen rolled her eyes dramatically. "Oh, please. Do you expect me to believe that? You're hiding something, and I'm reporting this to the HOA board and the sheriff." Before Ethan could respond, a sharp, authoritative voice came from behind the bushes. "Ma'am, step away from the vehicle." Two men in plain suits stepped into view, badges glinting in the morning sun. Karen froze mid-sentence, her mouth hanging open. The agent scanned the area with trained eyes before turning to Ethan. "Mr. Parker," one agent said firmly, "we need to talk, inside, now." Ethan's stomach knotted. Whatever this was, it was far bigger than a nosy neighbor and an HOA complaint. Inside Ethan's living room, the air felt heavy. One agent closed the curtains, while the other placed a thick folder on the table. "Mr. Parker," the taller agent began, "we're with the Federal Investigations Unit. That Jeep outside is part of an ongoing operation?" Ethan's brows furrowed. "Operation? What does that have to do with me?" The agent opened the folder, revealing surveillance photos of Ethan's street, his neighbors, even Karen arguing with other residents. "We've been tracking illegal activities connected to someone in this neighborhood," the agent explained. "Your driveway is the perfect vantage point for our surveillance." Ethan sat back, stunned. All this time, he thought his quiet suburban life was ordinary, but now it felt like he was standing in the middle of a storm he never saw coming. Outside, Karen wasn't ready to give up. She marched back with two HOA board members, her phone still recording. "This is a violation," she barked. "That Jeep is an eyesore, and we demand it be towed immediately." Before Ethan could step out, one of the agents opened the door, flashing his badge. "Federal property," the agent said sharply. "No one touches that vehicle." Karen blinked, confused. "Federal? You mean like the FBI?" "Exactly," the agent replied. "Now, ma'am, we need you to step back and stay off this property until our investigation concludes." The entire street fell silent. Neighbors gawked from their porches, whispering in shock. Karen's face turned crimson as her camera wavered. For the first time, Ethan saw her at a loss for words, and he couldn't help but wonder what secrets the agents were really uncovering in their quiet little neighborhood. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. The faint hum of the Jeep's equipment outside kept him restless. By morning, the agents returned, looking more serious than ever. "We've confirmed it," one agent said, sliding a photo across the table. It showed a man Ethan recognized, his neighbor, Mr. Collins, the friendly guy who always lent him tools. "Collins," Ethan whispered, stunned. "He's been running an illegal operation using HOA events as cover," the agent explained. "The Jeep recorded critical evidence from your driveway." Ethan's heart pounded. He'd shared barbecues with Collins, trusted him. Outside, Karen was pacing her lawn, still ranting on her phone, completely unaware that the real danger had been just a few doors down all along. For the first time, Ethan realized this wasn't just about a Jeep. His entire neighborhood was part of something far darker than anyone had imagined. At dawn, flashing lights and the roar of engines shattered. The quiet neighborhood. Federal vehicles swarmed the cul-de-sac, and agents in tactical gear moved with precision. Ethan watched from his porch, heart racing, as they stormed into Mr. Collins's house. Karen, of course, was live-streaming the whole scene, whispering, dramatic commentary like she was breaking national news. Moments later, agents escorted Collins out in handcuffs, his once friendly smile replaced with cold silence. Neighbors gasped, clutching their robes while Karen shouted, "I knew something. What's wrong with him?" One agent turned to Ethan. "Thanks for staying cooperative. Without your driveway, this op wouldn't have been possible." For the first time in days, Ethan exhaled, feeling a strange mix of relief and disbelief. His life had gone from HOA drama to a federal sting operation, and it wasn't over yet. A week later, the black Jeep was gone, leaving Ethan's driveway empty once again. The neighborhood slowly returned to its usual routines, though nothing truly felt the same. Karen avoided eye contact whenever she passed by, embarrassed that her accusations had nearly disrupted a federal operation. The HOA even issued a quiet apology, something Ethan never thought he'd see. One evening, an agent stopped by to thank him personally. "Your cooperation helped take down a dangerous network," he said, handing Ethan a simple card with a number on it. "Call us if you ever need anything." As the sun dipped behind the rooftops, Ethan stood in his yard, reflecting. He had always thought his neighborhood was the picture of suburban peace. Now he understood how quickly life could change, and how sometimes even the smallest role could help uncover the biggest truths.